On a cold February morning in 1957, a young college student was driving along a quiet road in Fox Chase, Philadelphia, when something unusual caught his eye in the brush near the side of the highway. At first, he kept driving, but curiosity tugged at him, and he decided to turn back. What he discovered in those woods would haunt an entire city for decades. Partially hidden in the undergrowth was a large cardboard box, the kind used to package a baby's bassinet. Inside that box was the small, naked body of a little boy. He appeared to be around 4 years old. He was underweight, his fragile frame marked with bruises and old scars. His hair had been recently cut, unevenly, as if someone had tried to alter his appearance. There were signs he had suffered long-term neglect and abuse. Even more disturbing, his skin showed evidence that he had likely been submerged in water shortly before his body was left there. Police quickly sealed off the area and began an investigation. The cardboard box was traced back to a local department store, but that lead went nowhere. No missing child reports matched the boy's description. No parents came forward searching for him. No neighbors reported hearing anything unusual. It was as though he had never existed. Authorities worked tirelessly. They distributed hundreds of thousands of flyers with the boy's photograph across Philadelphia and beyond. His picture appeared in newspapers nationwide. Billboards were erected. Radio stations broadcast appeals for information. Tips poured in by the thousands, some sincere, some misguided, some purely speculative. Detectives followed every possible lead, but each one faded into disappointment. The autopsy confirmed what many feared. The child had endured repeated physical trauma over time. There was no single clear explanation for who he was or where he had come from. There were no school records, no hospital records brought forward by anyone claiming him. In a bustling city of millions, this little boy had slipped through every crack unnoticed. Years later, a woman identified only as M approached investigators with a chilling account. She claimed that her abusive mother had purchased the boy and kept him confined inside their home. According to her story, the child was subjected to horrific mistreatment and died following a violent incident during dinner. She alleged that his body was later placed inside a bassinet box and discarded in the woods. Her statement contained details that seemed to align with certain aspects of the evidence, and for a moment, it felt like the case might finally break open. But despite extensive investigation, police could not verify her claims with solid proof. Without corroboration, her story remained a haunting possibility rather than a confirmed truth. As the years turned into decades, the case grew cold. The boy was buried in a small cemetery in Philadelphia. Thousands attended his funeral, strangers who felt a deep ache for a child no one had claimed. People left flowers, toys, and handwritten notes at his grave. He became known simply as America's unknown child.